Joe, there is something fishy in Casco Bay.
All right, Steve, where are we going with this one?
Well, we're doing another Shootin' the Breeze, which is about the Casco Bay Breeze newspaper, which was published from 1901 to 1917. And today is the Something Fishy issue. Stories about fish stuff.
Okay, well, let's get started.
This first editorial is brought to you by the Casco Bay Sea Grill, Custom House Wharf, at the head of the wharf in the waiting area of the Casco Bay and Harpswell lines. We are prepared to serve you with the best obtainable in seafood, lobster in every style, and dainty lunches at short order. Expert chefs, courteous treatment, and prompt service. Everything cooked on premises. Reasonable charges. Open from 4 a.m. to 8 p.m. Charles C. Delaware, proprietor. All right, take it away.
Just Smile, 1915. We are going to have the temerity to mention, under our breath, so to speak, the subject of the weather. We've heard various comments during the past 6 weeks on this subject, and we hope to be pardoned if we add our voice to the chorus, although we hope that our word may strike a different note from the majority we have heard. The word we would like to give our broadcast is expressed in the heading of this article. We know just as well as anyone that a sunless and rainy vacation is not as pleasant as a cheery and warm one, especially on the seashore as here. But what is the use of complaining? Everyone says that the weather is unprecedented. Is that not in itself assurance that better weather is coming soon? To us, it seems so. We have to take the disagreeable with the agreeable, and let us make the best of it, since we have it with us. The many hotels and cottages of the bay are of good construction and capable of furnishing a suitable shelter and comfortable lodging for the occupants. Games of checkers, cards, croquet, tennis, and the other games and sports are as available as ever to the cottager or visitor who is barred from the sailing or picnic trips planned. So let us remember our good fortune and not complain too much of our bad. The sun had been becoming more friendly of late than for some weeks, and we have every reason to expect that its appearance will follow this week's change of moon, and that fair and pleasant real Maine vacation weather will make its appearance for a long stay. Let us hope at least until our vacation season ends, and we are back to our winter homes and our winter work.
Well, that editorial was very uplifting, and it kind of made me smile.
Yeah, speaking of smiling, our next article will be brought to you by H.H. Hayes & Sons on Middle Street. Toothbrushes by mail. A good, reliable, bristle-tight brush that gives satisfaction with Hayes' Listaseptic tooth powder.
Ooh, Listaseptic.
Tooth powder.
Huh. Well, good. That brings us to the article that is got the headline, 35-foot shark. What? That's a big shark.
This really big shark.
Entangled in the nets off Ragged Island, fishermen from Orr's Island towed an 8,000-pound fish ashore Sunday. A big shark, about 35 feet in length, was caught in the nets of Albert Richardson and others of Orr's Island Sunday, and in disentangling the enormous body from the meshes with which he had completely tied himself until helpless, they were obliged to cut it to pieces. The shark was found lying on the surface of the water, bound securely by the nets, which were set off Ragged Island for the purpose of taking mackerel. The only proceeds which can be realized from this rather unfortunate catch will be the oil obtained from the liver. This organ made a large dory load in itself. When laid out on the shore, some of the measurements taken were length 35 feet, girth 15 feet, breadth of the tail 6 feet, diameter of the vertebrae 6 to 8 inches. The weight was estimated at 8,000 pounds, This variety of shark is not often seen of such large size, and the body was viewed by several hundred curiosity seekers all the day. Well, this next fish story is going to be brought to you by Clark and Griffin, and it's entitled Rubber Everything. Garden hose, gloves, druggist sundries, mechanical rubber. If it's rubber you want, call us at Portland Rubber Company, 259 Middle Street. Holy mackerel, that's a lot of rubber. And speaking of mackerel, why don't you tell us our next story?
Big horse mackerel caught in pound, 1906. 478 pounds of live fighting fish captured. Bernard Johnson, Bailey Island fisherman, did the trick. What was said to be the largest horse mackerel caught in years here in Casco Bay was killed last Friday morning by Bernard Johnson of Bailey Island. He visited the trap on Thursday night and found a large school of mackerel enclosed in it, and at the edge of the net he noticed a slow whirling of the water, which he investigated with a lively curiosity. Down just below the surface, the fisherman saw the sheer, round back and huge dorsal fin of a big fish, which his trained sense and knowledge recognized as the enemy of all mackerel, a horse mackerel. Mr. Johnson wisely let this big fellow alone while he made sure of the 6,000 odd pounds of the edible variety which were entrapped, and which he removed that night. And the next morning he went to the attack on the huge representative of the Finny tribe, and finding him still within the fragile net walls of the pound, he was able to kill him after a struggle of an exciting few minutes by the aid of a boat hook and a heavy oar. The fish was landed at the Mackerel Cove wharf, where it tipped the scales at 478 pounds. The services of 3 men and a truck were required to load it onto the steamer for Portland, where the consignee will doubtless display the fish before marketable use is made of it, as it is said to be excellent eating. Mr. Johnson considers this day's haul a good one, and he will probably long remember it.
Okay, well, we could use another ad for our next fish story. What have you got over there in the pile?
Shore dinners at the casino on Little Diamond Island, 1908. Now open for inspection of the public. Meals at all hours, 6:30 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. Live fish and lobsters immediately out of the water from the casino aquarium, caught and cooked while you wait. Saltwater fish, but warranted absolutely fresh, 10 cents to 50 cents a haul. An entirely new departure for Portland. A faultless bill of fare, unsurpassed table service. The European plan has been adopted.
Our next story is from 1907, and it's going to tell you everything you ever wanted to know about lobster shells. It's entitled The Lobster Shell. A new one is grown before the old one is cast off. Odd as it may sound to say so, the lobster grows before, not after, he casts off his old hard shell. That is to say, he makes new cells and tissues, which are not at once filled out, but which are intended to swell to their full dimensions as soon as he has got rid of his binding and confining external skeleton. When the critical moment at last arrives, a new soft shell grows entire within the old and harder one, and the animal then withdraws himself leg by leg, claw by claw, swimmeret by swimmeret, out of the enveloping coat of mail which covers him. The shedding of the old coat is complete and absolute. Not a fragment remains, and the body becomes so almost fluid and jelly-like not in structure, but in power and compression and extension, that even the big claws are drawn out through the narrower apertures of the joints in a perfectly marvelous maneuver. After a larger or shorter period of muscular paroxysm, the soft lobster at last disengages itself entirely from the dead shell and emerges upon the world a new defenseless fleshy creature. The whole casque skeleton, unruptured by any part, looks exactly like an entire dead lobster.
It's amazing.
And that's your lobster news for the day.
I'm getting hungry.
Yeah, me too. Well, after all these fish stories, some of them are not as appetizing as others. Well, and let's see, we've had sharks and mackerel and horse mackerel and
lobster.
Lobster. That's the one that really got me.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be great if we had a recipe that maybe incorporated another seafood?
Oh, yeah. How about cream shrimp?
Do tell.
Cream shrimp. Either a porcelain saucepan or a chafing dish may be used to cook this appetizing luncheon dish. If canned shrimps are used, open and drain them thoroughly. Heat 2 rounding tablespoonfuls of butter. Stir into it the same quantity of flour. And when smooth, add 1 1/2 cupfuls of cream, stirring until thick. Add the shrimps and let them just heat thorough. Add the beaten yolks of 2 eggs, paprika or pepper, and salt to taste, and a tablespoonful of lemon juice. But they don't say what to do with it after. It's like, do you spoon it on something? Do you serve it on toast?
They don't even say enjoy, and like however you decide to
Nothing.
use this. What do you do with this muck you've just made?
It doesn't say. I think we're done with our fish tales for today.
Yep, probably so.
Anything else you want to add before we say farewell for the day?
Well, the Casco Bay Breeze actually did have contests, and we found this little snippet on the newspaper that says the following. It says, "Start now. The Breeze guessing contest begins today."
Today?
Today, 100 years ago today. So don't everyone get excited.
Oh, cool.
Don't fail to clip your coupons. The Breeze Grand Guessing Contest begins with this issue. You will find the coupons on the second page of today's paper. And the coupon says this. This coupon, good for one guess. I guess blank passengers will be carried by the Harpswell Steamboat Company during the term of this contest. Then it has your place for your name and your address. The awards.
Oh, what do I win?
Okay, well, if you're the winning guesser, you could win a trip to New York. You could win a trip to the White Mountains. A choice of a deluxe 20-inch sofa pillow. I mean, who wouldn't want that? Or a complete fisherman's outfit, including oilskin suit, sou'wester, and rubber boots. The next nearest guesser to the winner will take the choice of the remaining prizes, and then the third nearest will take whatever's left over. Guess early and guess often.
Does that mean you have to buy a newspaper each time you want to enter the contest?
Yeah. Well, bye for now.
Bye for now, Steve.